Hi, I'm Robin Levesque, and I work with organizations that want to co-create a culture of positive leadership at every level to reduce the cost of stress, absenteeism, and turnover, and increase employee engagement, effectiveness, and client satisfaction. Happy boss, happy employee, happy client. Now that's a winning formula. Grumpy boss, grumpy employee, grumpy client, not so much. So how do I do that? Well, for the last few videos, I've been talking about some other techniques like choosing to be a good boss versus a bad boss, the Dream Master Key, the Whole Life Garden. And today I want to talk about the miracle morning for your perfect day. How does your perfect day look like? Well, my perfect day always starts with the miracle morning, which was inspired by the book entitled The Miracle Morning for Writers, co-written by Hal Elrod and Steve Scott. And they talk about a methodology that starts with waking up and some of the things you can do when you get up. So I've adapted that methodology for myself. So for me, I make sure I get a good night's sleep to begin with. That's the very start to my miracle morning, is all the stuff that happens before it. Getting a good night's sleep and how to prepare to do that. So turning electronics off 1 or 2 hours before you go to sleep, and so on, having that nighttime practice. When I wake up, I go to the washroom. I have a tall glass of water in the morning, and quite often I'll have a few ounces of kombucha to clean my palate, to get the day started. Now, Elrod in his book, he talks about brushing your teeth, so that's another method of doing it. For me, I prefer the kombucha. It has a double benefit. One of them is to cleanse the palate, and the second is to prepare the gut with healthy bacteria for the day. Great way to start the morning. So then I get into the actual practice of the miracle morning, which is captured by the acronym Life Savers. So SAVERS, S-A-V-E-R-S, is the acronym that first stands for silence. And silence is in the form of meditation. Okay, so for me, the first thing I do every morning once I head back to bed, that's another thing that Elrod recommends, is not going back to bed, but that's my preferred location because I prefer meditating while I'm lying down, and that's the perfect venue for it. So I go back to bed, I lay down, and I do different types of meditations. The first one I do is called the Sutra meditation. If you want to find out more about Sutra meditation, it's actually a pre-meditation that's developed by Deepak Chopra that he goes through in his particular systems. So that's the very first one that I do. That one lasts anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the day. There's a separate sutra for every day. The other type of meditation that I do is the Silva method. Again, that's something that you can look up. It's Silva is S-Y-L-V-A. And that is a method that makes the consciousness and the brain system go into an alpha state of consciousness, of brainwaves, which is very effective for creativity and innovation. There's another one that I really like that I will likely do in the morning or midday in the afternoon. It's the 6 Phase by Vishen Lakhiani of Mindvalley. So some free resources that you can check out on YouTube and the internet. So that's the meditation piece. The A stands for affirmation, and that's affirmation. And what I have adapted there is what I call affirmation. And affirmation is to start an affirmation with a why. So typically an affirmation is known as something that you state in a positive sense that's happened already to manifest things that you want in your life. For example, I have exceptional spiritual, mental, and physical health and wellness would be an affirmation. In the now, in the positive. A affirmation, on the other hand, starts with the statement why, and it's designed to program your mind into thinking about that question. You don't necessarily have to answer it, but it's an incredible tool for manifesting what you want in life. So if I turn that first statement into an affirmation, I would say, why do I have such transformational, such extraordinary spiritual, mental, and physical health. So the importance there is to start with the why. So that's the affirmation. The next one is visualization. Visualization is essentially practicing a future event in your mind's eye, to visualize it with your eyes closed. If you watch any sports, but I'm a big fan of downhill skiing. If you watch downhill skiing, you'll notice the athletes beforehand closing their eyes and visualizing. They're actually visualizing the entire run in their mind before they go out on the hill. So they are rehearsing mentally for something that's about to happen, and it increases the results tremendously. That's why all the professional athletes do it. In fact, there were studies done years ago on basketball players, and they were split into 3 groups. So the first one got to physically practice throwing hoops. The second one got to rehearse in their mind only, and the third group were asked to not practice at all. So no rehearsal, no visualization, no practice, nothing. And no surprise, that was the group that didn't do so well in the actual trials. But interestingly enough, the athletes that practice versus those that only rehearsed in their mind had very, very similar results, very close. That's pretty amazing. So visualization, very, very important tools for manifesting your future. E stands for exercise. And Elrod recommends something a little bit lighter in the morning. So that could be some stretching, some light aerobics, maybe some light weights, but having some movement into the start of your day. And R stands for reading. And I would recommend something uplifting, not the news. I have been on a news media fast for about 21 years now. I don't read the news in the morning. I don't watch the news. In fact, I don't read or watch the news any time of day. If something is important enough, somebody will tell me about it. And that enables me to really stay in a more positive mindset. So reading something uplifting, reading something in your field, reading something inspiring is a great part of your miracle morning. And finally, we have the S, which is for scribing. And scribing is essentially writing. Now, I'm a big fan of writing things out in my journal. I'm on volume 48 now, since I started in 2011 when I was taking my Master of Arts in Leadership. And scribing for me and journaling is like meditation on paper. You know, it's a great release of emotions. It's a great place to put your thoughts and keep track of things, document things. It's been said that 85% of what you write down on paper is bound to happen. So it gives you a tremendous leg up in terms of performance if you're able to document your journey and write things down on a daily basis. So there you have it, folks. That's the lifesavers for the miracle morning, how I structure the rest of my day. So that's the first hour and a half of my day, generally well before 9 o'clock. My work day then starts at 9 o'clock. I go for a walk with my dog at 12. We spend 2 hours doing that. And then I work some more in the afternoon, and then evening is for relaxation. So that then becomes my perfect day. So a question to you, what's your perfect day? And what are you going to do tomorrow morning? Thank you for watching. See you in the next video where we talk about the 8 human physical needs. Thank you.